Learning English through exercise number 11. Today we are going to study present simple part 2. Number 1. We often watch TV. Subject is we, which is first person plural, so you don't need an S. We often watch TV. We often watch TV, and remember this T is silent. So some people say often, but the right pronunciation is going to be often. So this one, O-F-T-E-N, T is silent, you say often, often, instead of often. Okay, often. We often watch TV. Number 2, I hate mushrooms. Subject is I, which is first person singular, so you don't need an S. Just say I hate mushrooms. I hate mushrooms. So you don't need an S. I hate mushrooms. Number 3, she visits her grandmother every Christmas. Subject is she, third person singular, correct? So we need an S. She visit, and then she visits. She visits, and her grandmother every Christmas. Every Christmas. Okay, she visits her grandmother every Christmas. She visits her. So here, when you read this part, say visitor. Visits her. Visits her grandmother. And D is silent because when D comes after N, it sounds like N. So it's going to be grandmother. You don't have to say grandmother, say grandmother. Grandmother. And every Christmas. This is Christmas. Christmas. But if you take a look at that, it's a compound words. Christ plus mas. So this one, you need to say Christ. Christ. But when you make Christmas with Christ, so T becomes silent, and then it becomes Chris instead of Christ. So Christmas, Christmas. She visits her grandmother every Christmas. Number 5. They use the internet every evening. So they is third person plural. We don't need an S. So say they use the internet. They use the internet every evening. Every evening. They use the internet every evening. So they is third person plural. You don't need an S. Do not put S because this is third person plural. And internet, so it's going to be internet because T comes after N. It sounds like N. Internet. Every morning. They use the internet every morning. And number 5, you often go swimming. You is the subject. Second person singular and plural. You just say often and then go swimming. Go swimming. So you don't need an S here. You often go swimming. And remember, after go, you usually use ing. Go swimming, go shopping, go playing, something like that. Let's read the sentences one more time. We often watch TV. I hate mushrooms. She visits her grandmother every Christmas. They use the internet every evening. You often go swimming. You often go swimming. Now, number 6. John hate waiting for the bus. So John is he, right? So this is third person singular. So we need an S after hate. So John hates. John hates what? John hates waiting for the bus. For the bus. John hates waiting for the bus. John hates waiting for the bus. When the subject is third person singular and then present tense, we always need an S. And number 7, Lucy and Jill want to go out tonight. So Lucy and Jill is the subject. Lucy and Jill. So Lucy is a third person singular. Jill is a third person singular, but because of and, it becomes they. So it is third person plural. So we don't need an S after want. Lucy and Jill want to go out. Want to go out tonight. T-O-N-I-G-H-T. So Lucy and Jill want to go out tonight. So this one, want. For this, we have two pronunciations here. Want to. You can cancel the T because T after N sounds like N. So you can say want to. Want to. So this is the first pronunciation. Or if you want to, you can say wanna. Wanna actually comes from wanna. Wanna. Lucy and Jill want to go out tonight, or Lucy and Jill want to go out tonight. Number 8, I usually stay at home on Fridays. So I is the subject, first person singular, we don't need an S. So usually. I usually stay at home. Stay at home on Fridays. On Fridays. Fridays. Here, I usually stay at home. Stay at home. So it sounds like at and H is silent. At home. And then T coming between two vowels, it flips at home. At home. I usually stay at home. I usually stay at home. And Fridays becomes, okay, here. Fridays. But D comes between I and E, so it flips. So Fridays. I usually stay at home on Fridays. I usually stay at home on Fridays. Let's go to number 9. He loved driving fast cars. So he is the subject, which is the third person singular. So after love, we need what? Yes, we need an S. He loves what? Driving. He loves driving fast cars. Fast cars. He loves driving fast cars. So here, look at this. He loves driving. When you pronounce this fast cars, you don't have to say fast cars. Just say fast cars. Fast cars. He loves driving fast cars. And number 10, they often have parties. So they is third person plural, so we don't need an S. They often have parties. P-A-R-T-I-E-S. So they is third person plural, we don't need an S. They often have. They often. Remember T is silent. Say often. They often have parties. Parties comes from party. But after, so this one after R, T sounds like R. So it becomes party. And then this is plural. So R, Y becomes R-I-E-S. Parties. They often have parties. They often have parties. Let's read the sentences one more time. John hates waiting for the bus. Waiting. John hates waiting. So this one, instead of saying waiting, say waiting because T flaps. John hates waiting for the bus. John hates waiting for the bus. Lucy and Jill want to go out tonight. Lucy and Jill want to go out tonight. Lucy and Jill want to go out tonight. I usually stay at home on Fridays. I usually stay at home on Fridays. He loves driving fast cars. He loves driving fast cars. They often have parties. They often have parties. Okay, let's go to the next page. Number 11. She take a piano lesson every Monday. So she is the subject, which is third person singular. So we need an S. She take. And then S, she takes. She takes a piano lesson. Piano lesson every Monday. Every Monday. Monday. She takes a piano lesson every Monday. So when you read this part, you say takes a. Take, takes a. She takes a piano lesson every Monday. Number 12. We like watching French films. We is the subject, first person plural, so we don't need an S. We like watching. We like watching French movies. French films. Films. We like watching French films. We like watching French films. Number 13, you go to bed very early or you go to bed very early. So you is the subject and you is the second person singular. So we don't need an S. You go to bed very early. Very EARLY. You go to bed very early. So this one I just said go to. So many American people say go to and T comes between two U's. So it flaps. Go to. Go to. You go to bed very early. You go to bed very early. Number 14. I always eat breakfast. I always. I always eat breakfast. Eat breakfast. Breakfast. Okay. So it's not breaks, it's a breakfast. I always. I is first person singular, so you don't need an S. I always eat breakfast. I always eat breakfast. And number 15, they often arrive late. They is the subject. This is third person plural, so we don't need an S. They often arrive. They often arrive late. They often arrive late. Let's go back to number 11. She takes a piano lesson every Monday. She takes a piano lesson every Monday. We like watching French films. We like watching French films. You go to bed very early. You go to bed very early. I always eat breakfast. Breakfast. So this one you can say breakfast. Breakfast. I always eat breakfast. They often arrive late. So as I have told you, T is silent. Say often. They often arrive late. They often arrive late. I'm going to read the sentences one more time. She takes a piano lesson every Monday. We like watching French films. You go to bed very early. I always eat breakfast. They often arrive late. Number 16. He live in Beijing. So he is the subject and he's the third person singular. So we need an S. He live, he lives. Where? He lives in Beijing. Beijing. He lives in Beijing. He lives in. So when you read this part, say lives in, lives, and then say lives in. He lives in. He lives in Beijing. He lives in Beijing. And number 17, David worked in a school. David worked in a school, or you can say at a school. David is he. David is he, right? So third person singular, work. So we need an S. David works. David works in, or you can say at, a school. Chool. David works in a school. David works at a school. So in case you pronounce this work, works, in, works at, they sound a little bit different. The first one is going to be works in, works in. And then the second one, it will be works at, works at, works at, works in, works at. David works in a school. David works at a school. Number 18, she read a lot of novels. She is third person singular, so we need an S. She read. She read an S. She reads. She reads a lot of novels. Novels. She reads a lot of novels. She reads a lot of novels. And then she reads. So this part, look at this. Reads. So this one sounds like reads. And then reads. She reads a lot of. So lot of and T flat. Lot of. She reads a lot of novels. She reads a lot of novels. And number 19, the queen. The queen is she. So third person singular, we need an S. The queen likes. The queen likes her dogs. The queen likes her dogs. The queen likes her dogs. So when you read this part, likes her. So H gets, okay, let me put it here. Likes her. So here, S goes this way and H gets silent. Say, likes her. Likes her. The queen likes her dogs. The queen likes her dogs. And number 20, I cook almost every night. So I is the first person singular. So I is first person singular. We don't need an S. I cook. I cook almost. I cook almost every night. I cook almost every night. I cook almost. I cook almost every night. Okay, let's read the sentences one more time. He lives in Beijing. He lives in Beijing. David works in a school, works at a school. David works in a school. She reads a lot of novels. She reads a lot of novels. The queen likes her dogs. The queen likes her dogs. I cook almost every night. I cook almost every night. I'm going to read them one more time. He lives in Beijing. David works in a school. She reads a lot of novels. The queen likes her dogs. I cook almost every night. Now, number 21, Eunice. Eunice run every day. So Eunice is the subject, Eunice. And she, so she's third person singular. We need an S for the verb run, runs. Eunice runs every night. I'm sorry, every day. Eunice runs every day, runs every day, runs every day. So when you read this part, runs every day, runs runs every day. So Eunice runs every day. And number 22, my brother. My brother teach English at school. My brother is the subject and the third person singular. My brother. And then we need an S, teach. But in case the word is ending with the CH, we need ES. So my brother teaches English. My brother teaches English at school. CHOOL. My brother teaches English at school. My brother teaches English. Teaches English. So this part, if you want, you can say teaches English. Teaches English at school. And number 23, his dog is the subject. His dog. The subject is it, or he or she. So we need an S for the verb. His dog likes. His dog likes to eat fish. Okay, it's not a cat, a dog. His dog likes to eat fish. His dog. His dog likes to. Likes to. So in order to pronounce this as, you can read it as like to. Likes to. His dog likes to eat fish. Okay. Number 24. Jane's neighbor play music loudly. So Jane's neighbor is the subject. Jane's neighbor. N-E-I-G-H-B-O-R. So this can be he or she. So we need an S, play, and then it's going to be plays. And plays music loudly. L-O-U-D-L-Y. Jane's neighbor plays music loudly. Jane's neighbor plays music loudly. Okay. The last one. The driver drive his car carefully. The driver is the subject. The driver. And then according to this, the driver is he. So he is a third person singular. So we need an S. Drive, drives. The driver drives his car carefully. C-A-R-E-F-U-L-L-Y. The driver drives his car carefully. The driver drives his car. So this one drives, and the H is silent, drives his car carefully. The driver drives his car carefully. Okay, let's read the sentences one more time. Eunice runs every day. Runs every day. Eunice runs every day. Eunice runs every day. My brother teaches English. Teaches English at school. My brother teaches English at school. His dog likes to eat fish. His dog likes to eat fish. Jane's neighbor plays music loudly. Plays music. Plays music loudly. The driver drives his car carefully. The driver drives his car carefully. I'm going to read the sentences just one more time. Eunice runs every day. My brother teaches English at school. His dog likes to eat fish. Jane's neighbor plays music loudly. The driver drives his car carefully.